I want to quickly do a video that is dedicated to the reason as to why I'm starting this channel. The short version as to why I'm starting this channel is because I have yet to find anyone in real life and online that thinks the way I think and feels the way I feel about not wanting to be in relationships and speaks about it on a public platform. And it's not coming from a place of hating men or feeling spiteful, revengeful. I have yet to find anyone that just doesn't want to be in relationships because they thoroughly prefer being solo and they are happiest when their default setting is solo. And that is me. And I have struggled with this for a very long time. I have finally stopped struggling and just accepted that this is who I am. And not only do I feel so strongly about my acceptance of who I am, but I am very happy with who I am. And just in case there's anyone out there that thinks the way that I think in regards to the relationship with yourself taking precedence over the relationship you have with anyone else, then I am happy that I started this channel. If I could just help one woman out there make them feel like something is not wrong with them and that they are not alone, then I feel like this channel is worth it. You do not have to suffer and go against your natural feelings just to be able to fit into society and do what everyone else is doing. I have seen people say that they don't want to be in relationships and are anti-relationship, but it's coming from a wounded space. Or they speak about how men are crap and this and that. They talk down on men more than they talk about themselves, which I don't understand. And overall, I feel like the going solo, going your own way type of movement that I've been seeing lately online in regards to women taking their power back, a lot of these channels and a lot of these people that I'm seeing are spending more time talking about men more than they talk about themselves and about how to better yourself and how being solo is one of the easiest ways to have a soft life. I do meet very good men and I do meet very bad men. I've had my fair share of both, but my wanting to not be in a relationship and my yearning to live solo forever, happily, has nothing to do with men or the shortage of good men or how I feel about how men have treated me in the past. I also don't have some sort of underlying hope or belief or yearning that a Prince Charming could come down and offer me marriage and all the things that I, quote, want or, quote, should want, and my desire to remain solo will go out the window. That is not the case for me as well. I cannot be persuaded in that type of way because I know myself. I know that no matter what someone is offering me, I will turn it down because I know in the long run, it would not be as enjoyable as being on my own is. And so that is why I wanted to start this channel, because I have yet to find anyone that feels the way I feel. And I want to create a safe space for women that are open to the idea of remaining solo, but want to hear it from a perspective of someone that is happy being solo and doesn't feel like they've settled into this decision or was forced into this position or is only in this position out of spite. When I find myself discussing this topic of being a free solo woman by choice and remaining single by choice, no matter whether I'm talking to friends, family, acquaintances, it's always met with a lot of resistance and downright doubt. People do not believe what I'm saying could possibly be true. People say that I will change my mind. They will say that I'm lying to myself. They will say that I'm lying to them. They will do anything and say anything along the lines of not believing the words that are coming out of my mouth. They'll tell me that I'm bluffing, all of these things. I've had men tell me I'm just telling myself this to cope because I can't find a good man, which is odd because I've never had an issue finding a man. I've always had men They're very easy, but that's besides the point. The point is, I have yet to find anyone that has options, yet still chooses the option of being solo. And I'm going to be using terms such as solo instead of alone, free instead of single, because that is how I truly feel about it. I do not feel lonely ever. I never feel bored when I'm alone. Never. I've never felt boredom. I don't even know what that feels like. As a introverted person my entire life that has always had friends. I've had seasons of having lots of friends. I've had seasons of having very little friends. The choice has always been mine. And I've always loved my introverted time, my space, my peace. That's when I'm happiest. And whenever I spend time alone, which can be days at a time, weeks at a time, if I'm really in an introverted space, I've never felt bored. I've never felt like I was missing something. I've never yearned for company. And I know that that statement within itself is, quote, odd. I don't meet too many people that are truly, truly introverted in a way of enjoying it. I truly enjoy being introverted, but I also have my seasons of extroverted where I can definitely be out and about and I have tons of friends and I can do things with these friends if I want to. But my preferred is to be by myself. I recharge by myself. I love being able to have company when I want, go out when I want, go do things with people when I want. But coming home to a place that's mine, a space that's mine, in my default setting, being solo with the option to have company, that is the preferred way for me to live. The whole point of being happiest when your default setting is solo, that is what this channel is about. Being happy and fully thriving in that default setting because it is your preferred setting. And I have yet to find anyone that feels the way I feel about this topic without feeling that they have been pushed to it because they hate men or hate society or whatever. I've also met a lot of women, especially nowadays, that will only be with a man if they're being paid well enough, like if the monetary benefit is there. And I've gone down that route as well. I've had my fair share of transactional relationships because I don't like relationships. So, in order for me to be in one, I would always need some sort of monetary benefit to be in one because otherwise, why would I be in one? So, I've had my fair share of transactional relationships and I am lucky and blessed to the point in my life where you can no longer pay me to do things I do not want to do. And that includes being in a relationship. When I was younger, yes, I used to be in relationships for the money or deal with certain men for the money because I needed the money. But I am at a place where I don't need that money. Any money I can get from being with a older man with money or just being in a relationship that only benefits me monetarily, I'd rather get that money and make that money some other way. I know many women that have put themselves in unhappy situations, unhappy marriages, just to say that they are being provided for, just to say that they have a man, just to say that they're married, just to feel as if someone loves them. And the older I get, the more I realize the lack of self-love in these situations. And the more you love yourself, the more you no longer need anyone to prove that they love you. Singlehood for women is seen as some sort of disease that needs to be treated or a symptom of a larger problem. And it's like, it's not a disease and it's not a problem at all. Singlehood is not a problem that needs to be fixed. Why are women not able to be single by choice? I did a poll on my Instagram page, my personal Instagram page. I have 16,000 followers on this page. I did a poll on my Instagram story and I said, do you believe women could be single by choice? The results from that poll really surprised me. The results were 96% of people said no. When I asked the question, do you believe that women can be single by choice? 96% of my everyday regular people said no. Not only did that percentage surprised me. I knew it was going to be more than 50%, but I definitely didn't think 96%. But besides the percentage that surprised me, the biggest thing that surprised me was when I clicked on who voted for what, how many women I saw that voted in that 96%. I was shocked that so many women do not believe that other women can be single by choice. That if you're single, it's because no one wants you and that's it. You're not allowed to be single by choice if you're a woman. And I find that very, very sad. Extremely sad that women believe that. And as long as women keep trying to force relationships into their happiness, the more suffering will continue. But that is not my problem. And I hope that for the viewers of this channel and supporters of this channel, that is not your problem either. So, welcome to Solo Soft Life, a safe space for solo by choice women.